Hey, what's up? It's Miguel, and in this video we're going to talk about sacrifice. It won't be too long because the topic isn't really that extensive, but anyway, just in case you don't know me, I'm Miguel. I'm a web developer. I teach web development to people all around the world because I believe it's one of the best ways for you to achieve personal and financial freedom in your life. So, sacrifice. So the amount of things you're willing to sacrifice determines how strongly you believe in your goal or how much you want your goal, right? So keep this in mind, because there's people you're competing against, right? Other web developers or other people who are working towards your skill that are willing to sacrifice those things, right, that you're not willing to sacrifice, and they're going to free up more time, and they're going to be able to dedicate more time and more thought to that activity. So they're going to progress much faster, right? For example, if you're going out with your friends and drinking, right? People aren't doing that, right? People, instead of going out with their friends and drinking, they're studying, they're working on their craft, they're getting better at what they do, they're learning more, they're advancing, they're becoming more competent than you, right? So understand that. Things like, for example, video games. People that waste time on video games are letting the competition get ahead, basically, right? Because if you really want it, you wouldn't be spending time on video games because you wouldn't need to, right? Your goal would be so like encompassing, so it would occupy so much of your thought, and it would really, there would be like a fire lit inside of you that you wouldn't really need to look for distractions, basically, because your distraction is your goal, right? You really want, you have a goal in mind, you have a vision in mind, and you really want to get towards it as fast as possible. So understand that the people that aren't willing to sacrifice actually don't really want their goal that much, okay? And if this is the case, if this is your case, right, where you don't have that fire lit inside of you, you really have to find a stronger why, okay, or a stronger objective, right? Both of these are as we talked about in the previous videos, in the previous video, they're the cornerstones, they're the pillars of how fast you're going to progress, because the stronger the better your goal is, right, and the more noble your goal is, obviously the more stable it's going to be, right, in the sense that you're not going to be doubting yourself if it's a good goal or it's a bad goal. If it's a worthwhile goal, it's a worthwhile goal, right, and you have to write down the reasons why you think it's a worthwhile goal so that you can continue to believe in that as days go by, and maybe you have a bad day where you're feeling you're not progressing that fast. You can look at that list of the reasons why you started doing that, you started performing that goal, you started performing those actions, and you can go back basically and understand, okay, right, this is why I'm doing it, let's keep on doing it. And obviously the why also is really important, because the why is the reason why basically you're pushing towards that goal, which will ultimately fuel you throughout the process and literally put wind in your sails, right? So these are the two cornerstones, the two pillars, we could say, that you need to have set before you can actually start creating that fire, we could say, within to progress faster, to sort of that wind in your sails to progress faster. So have those two really set down, okay, and really think about those two pillars, and it will really help you to, as I say, have a stronger belief in the goal you have, and thus you'll be able to, you'll be wanting to sacrifice more things, and you won't be wasting that much time, because you'll actually be believing, you'll actually want to progress towards this goal as fast as possible, because you want to make that vision become a reality, right? One of the key aspects, we could say, of progress, of people who make fast progress, is they have a strong vision in mind, and that vision literally materializes, because that's what they're thinking about all day, right? It's like a dream they constantly have in their mind. Thus, their subconscious is constantly working to pull them towards that goal, right? It's pushing them towards the goal instead of them having to push themselves towards it, right? Because they truly believe in that goal they have, and they don't need anybody to motivate them. They don't need any external motivation from motivational videos or anything, right? It's just they have that motivation because the vision is so vivid, it's so clear in their mind, that they're continuously pulled towards the activity, and work for them is easy in that sense, right? Because they're pulled towards work instead of having to push themselves towards work. So if you don't have that strong desire to sacrifice things, I would recommend you revisit your goals and you revisit your why, okay? And really create a strong vision of why you want to, create a vision of your future, the things you want to do, the things you want to have, right? The experiences you want to have, maybe the people you want to meet, etc., right? And that will really fuel you to be able to progress much faster towards your goal, because you'll have a reason to, okay? And that vision is literally the most important thing you can have. That generates belief as well, which is really, really important. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button. And if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to the channel. And man, as I say every day, do it every day and you'll be okay. Ciao.